Welcome back, Wolfpack Brawlers here, and it looks like we have an X and Y battle to kick off Fan Fridays this week, and it's going to be Hannah bringing an Eviolite Pumpkaboo, maybe? That's what it seems like, and before we get into the battle, I do want to mention that it has been a while since I've told how to submit for Fan Fridays, so I have more Fan Fridays questions like how to submit than ever. It's pretty simple. All you need to do is wait for the last video of the week, generally the 5th battle or the 4th battle if I say there's only going to be 4 this week, and post a battle code there. Only post it there. Don't spam my inbox. Don't tweet it to me on Twitter, and don't submit it into any other Fan Fridays. I only read the ones from the last video because that's kind of how I said it in the past, that you just submit it there. Easy for me to do. I watch pretty much all of them, and I actually do mock recordings for pretty much all of them. Then I choose the best ones for the week. So if you think there's a lot of bad videos for the week, it might have just been a slow week for submissions, because I also do a lot of the submissions with fans in mind. So if the, let's get this started while I finish up talking. So if the battle looks like it has something that fans might disagree with or some really sour aspects to it, I might skip over it. So also think about how your opponent responds. Like if your opponent's a bad player, that might just invalidate a couple of things, even though your strategy was really good. I've tried to post it, but it's about the fans and, you know, the viewership. I don't want to kind of drop. Wait, that's a level 1 Pumpkaboo? Trick Room? That's not Eviolite then. Okay, wait. Okay, level 1 Pumpkaboo. Setting up that Trick Room against the opponent's setup. Going for the disable. So we're disabling Protect. Alright, still a sub and a protect on the glass score. That's pretty interesting right there. And that's going to be rough. How's a Pumpkaboo going to get around that substitute? So going to disable, that's not really going to do anything. Toxic, going to land onto Pumpkaboo. Is it a focus sash, or is it just kind of like anticipating the opponent going for a first turn setup? I don't really know. So Pumpkaboo, poison, not really going to take anything on that first turn. Poison Heal is going to bring the life score back up to pretty much full, and Pumpkaboo just going to say, hey, Destiny Bond. So, level 1, Trick Room settings, startup, Destiny Bond. I guess it works, you know? If your opponent isn't expecting it, it's going to work. Like, they see a level 1 Pumpkaboo, I don't think they see it as a threat, so they're more inclined to attack it. And sure, Gliscor could have stalled it out, but I mean, it's just easier to finish off the opponent while you can. And now you have a Trick Room set up with a couple of turns left, and you just traded 1 for 1. In Battle Spot, that's actually pretty huge. Togekiss. What's Togekiss going to do, honestly? Because, like, I would imagine it being Scarf, but in Trick Room, it looks like we have, like, Hyper Mega Tank Togekiss going for some kind of setup. So Rocky Helmet, yeah, into Thunder Wave. Thunder Waving under a Trick Room doesn't really make too much sense, but we're still going to see how this ends up playing. So we do have Paralysis right there. Leftovers, so we got a tank battle going on between the Hitmontop. Twisted Dimensions return normal, unless you time it, unless you just kind of time the whole Trick Room wearing off into the Thunder Wave. I think that works. So now we get a Paraflinch set up with a tank Togekiss, and that 1 for 1 trade into whatever you want. So it works out. Bullet Punch going to hit Togekiss pretty hard. I mean, that Technician does bring some damage, but that Rocky Helmet's going to be too much for the Hitmontop, and goes down. So Togekiss Air Slash not going to really do anything, and Starmie going to come in. Pretty sure Starmie's going to get the cleanup really easily on Togekiss. That Ice Beam just going to be boom, done, and yeah, I was about to say if Togekiss survived that, I would have lost it, but it looks like it does go down. And what else? Reuniclus. I think Reuniclus is going to be just fine against this. Starmie, you don't see it always have a Shadow Ball. Reuniclus is a special defense tank, so it eats the Ice Beam pretty well, and then throws back an Energy Ball. Starmie not tanky, but tanky enough to survive that because Reuniclus isn't really too much of an offensive Pokemon, but it just looks like the trade is going to be real. Eats 1 more Ice Beam, goes for 1 more Energy Ball, and that is going to be game right there. Alright, so fortunately, we did get another battle submission, so we can really see what's up with this strategy. If it's just kind of set up the Trick Room and hope for the best, that actually works out. Like, if you want a Trick Destiny Bond Pokemon, can't really beat that. So let's go and add this code really quick. And I don't think there's really much else to say. I think I covered everything when we're talking about the submitting for Fan Fridays. Almost just need to do that. So hopefully I put in the code right on the first time. And there we go. So same team against a different team. Steel Miner, bringing the Charizard, bringing the Garbodor. I think Garbodor's a good Pokemon. Like, it can set up stockpile and do things. So Charizard's going to come in. And how is Charizard going to respond to the Pumpkaboo? This is going to be... It's also like Great Ball Pumpkaboo, so you can just go out and catch like any level 1 Pumpkaboo. Well, actually, can't catch a level 1 Pumpkaboo, but you don't have to breed very long. You would just get it. So that's going to be Flare Blitz. That's the Focus Sash. So it is a Focus Sash Pumpkaboo. Going to survive, and then just sets up a Trick Room. Yeah, and then no one expects the Destiny Bond. So I guess that's just a really cheeky way of running Pumpkaboo. And then depending on how much your opponent stalled, I guess you're going to a different Pokemon, like Reuniclus, if they still have something. So going to use Bulldoze. Not really going to do much. I guess doesn't want to take damage. Has a little bit of tech involved. That Bulldoze is actually pretty nice. But Charizard's going to go down, regardless, not expecting the Destiny Bond. So I think that this strategy is going to be a little less powerful, because once it's made known, now people know what it's up to. But this is actually pretty good right here. So now Reuniclus comes in, so if you still have Trick Room, bring in the Reuniclus and start setting up, or just go for that Psychic. Looks like we do just have an offensive Reuniclus. Going to one-shot that Garbodor, Poison-type Pokemon, not really going to do too well. And then Landorus is going to come in. So Landorus, Intimidate, not going to bother Reuniclus. Togekiss probably still going to be set up decently against the Landorus. So Psychic, going to be enough to two-shot, it looks like. And that's going to be a quick cleanup. So at least we did 2 battles. One was pretty quick. The other one had a little bit of stalls, but then Snowball out of control. So I think that it looks like, you just bring in Reuniclus. You have it come in for that Trick Room damage, because it can hit pretty hard while being pretty tanky. And then Togekiss is there for, like, as Trick Room wears off. And then just, Togekiss is a really good 1-for-1 Pokemon, especially Tank Togekiss. Like you just take the hit, set up that Thunder Wave, and then you Paraflinch pretty much almost everything down, and you can do a lot of 1 and 2 shots with it. So it works out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Pumpkaboo, level 1, bringing some shenanigans. And I hope you guys get ready for some more Fan Fridays.